Merhaba, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you in this fourth international conference on contemporary architecture and urbanism, and to be able to share some ideas with you around a reflection and an investigation that I've been promoting for some years now around the Mediterranean and what is it about inhabiting the Mediterranean that makes it so special? So I would like to share with you, if you'll allow me, a small presentation. Here we go. This is it's a shame that we aren't able to be in presence of each other to discuss this, but here we go. So first of all, the one of the main challenges of this theme was to what is it the Mediterranean? Where does it stop? What is it actually? One of the best images that I've found to describe the Mediterranean is this image of the Roman god Janus, which is a double-faced god, and so the Mediterranean also has this this characteristic, this essence of having two faces. Each at the same time that it concentrates dynamics, population dynamics, economic dynamics, it also spreads culture, it spreads values, it spreads an entire civilization throughout history. So I believe that this is a very fortunate image, if you allow me to describe the Mediterranean. And also, there are four main aspects which can describe and can concentrate this Mediterranean essence. One of them is climate, the other is orography, movement, and of course people. And this is also, I believe this is also a very fortunate image to describe the combination of these four aspects, which are the four main winds of the Mediterranean. And as we all know, the wind is a predominant factor in the Mediterranean dynamics. To begin with climate, here we go. This is one of a summarized portrait of the Mediterranean climate. As you can see, we have low precipitations during the hottest months of summer, and this precipitation not being never reaching very high values. It concentrates on few months, which gives the climate a very characteristic trait, which later on conditionates all of the forms of inhabiting, of building, and of living in the Mediterranean. So these are the values of one of the Algarve, in the southernmost region of Portugal, the climate station. So this registers the precipitation throughout 30 years. So one of the climate series. As you can see, it is very irregular. So uncertainty is also present, is always present in dealing with climate in the Mediterranean regions. But how far does the Mediterranean reach? This might sound like a foolish question, because, well, it's a sea which is fairly well contained in terms of its geography. But how far does it reach in terms of cultural influence and other sorts of influences? I've taken the liberty of drawing this polygon, this irregular polygon, which I believe shows how far, or at least one of the minimum reaches of the Mediterranean, which covers, as you can see here in the westernmost region of the polygon, also this basin which goes from Portugal to the Moroccan kingdom. So as you can see, more than only the Mediterranean Sea, it reaches far beyond its geographical borders. So, and this is what you can see here in the bottom, one of the description from a Portuguese geographer, Orlando Ribeiro, which defines, I believe, rather well the Mediterranean. It's reduced to a fringe between mountain and sea. These following two slides, and I'm trying to keep up the pace so that I can respect the 10 minutes that are given to us. These two slides show the importance of movement in the Mediterranean. And also, again, a definition by Orlando Ribeiro: transhuman shepherd, seafarer, and mostly a crude worker of the land. This is how he described the average Mediterranean individual. This map shows us the transhumance routes and also commercial routes throughout the Mediterranean. The southernmost margin has some, it lacks some information, but in the north it's very well shown, and this shows the commercial routes of the Mediterranean, the main commercial routes of the Mediterranean. And as you can see, the traditional definition by Brodel, which tells us that it isn't the sea, or it isn't the water which unites the Mediterranean. It's the seafaring people, the movement of men, which unites the Mediterranean, because throughout history, this movement has carried knowledge, traditions, fears, culture, to sum it up, throughout the Mediterranean, from south to the north, from east to the west, from outside the Mediterranean to inside the Mediterranean. So these are the bonding ties of the whole of the Mediterranean. This is a picture from the city of Split in Croatia, and here we have another from Istanbul. So the movement is always present throughout the sea. Of course, these are two very particular types of movement, but I believe they sum up this movement aspect of the Mediterranean. Another aspect of people, and which occurs from the last one: no single one people gathers all the Mediterranean traits. They are scattered through. So if we were to define the Mediterranean individual, it wouldn't be possible by looking only at one of its peoples. So we have to look at the bigger picture of movement, of sharing that characterize the Mediterranean. And also this familiarity. This is not one country, this is many countries. Paul Theroux, a traveler, a professional traveler, came up with this conclusion. And I believe that this image, this fraternal hug between the leaders of the main religions of the Mediterranean, shows this familiarity which exists, and sometimes neighboring countries in the Mediterranean, or regions of Mediterranean regions of neighboring countries, have better understandings amongst themselves than even inside their own countries, with northernmost regions, for instance, France, Italy, Portugal, Spain. Many countries have this issue. So the Mediterranean essence is also a form of familiarity between peoples. Hagia Sophia, I believe it's one of the best examples. The coexistence of cults is it's a very strong mark of this coexistence. This is a scheme which I drawn. It's in Portuguese, of course, of the evolution of the inhabiting of the Mediterranean. It started off on the hills because of the water and the violence of water due to that concentration that I referred at the beginning, and the characteristics of the orography. So Mediterranean peoples began inhabiting these landscapes and building these landscapes from top to bottom, literally, because even though the fertility was on the valleys, on the lowest plains, they had to be the inhabiting, the housing had to be uphill because of security aspects, not only related to climate, but also to the safety due to attacks of pirates and all sorts of threats that came from lower lands, diseases like malaria and others. So this is a very characteristic trait also in the Mediterranean. This has brought us to housing solutions like this, the round house, which can be found throughout the Mediterranean. This is an example from the Algarve in Portugal, but also in the shaping of cities. This is a comparison. This is a a comparative study between Portugal and Spain, several populations. As you can see, even though their locations are completely different, their geographical contexts are completely different, we can see a certain similarity between the models of each of these cities. So is this inhabiting of the Mediterranean, the white rabbit, like in Lewis Carroll's book, is this the character that well can somehow raise our curiosity around the way that we live, this fast pace that characterizes contemporary life? I believe so. This is a quotation from Paul Virilio, the author of Grey Ecology, when he tells us that the world has shrunk, that we no longer travel, we merely dislocate. Nowadays we often measure distances not by kilometers, but by minutes, by hours. How much time does it take from me to get from point A to point B? So we no longer travel, but exactly dislocate, like this mouse on a wheelbarrow. So this is very much the image of contemporary society. Again, quoting Orlando Ribeiro, the Mediterranean being educated in the respect for a very old civilization values, it does not sacrifice to this time, money, and efficiency that are the gold standards for contemporary living. So one of the main images of Christianity revolves around a table. So the people are sitting at the table, they are enjoy conviving with one another. So this is the trait of the Mediterranean essence. In a time where we talk about degrowth and the need to spare our natural resources and to reinterpret the way that we occupy and use those resources, I believe that this Mediterranean ethos can be a very effective tool to find new ways. Serge Latouche, the French thinker, has developed the theory of degrowth, and I believe that Mediterranean architects and landscape architects can have a very important part in developing models, not only for housing, but also for regional plans, for landscape efficiency plans, to contribute to a sustained degrowth, a new way of relating to our resources and our environment, so that we can achieve and you must pardon me for the redundancy, a more sustainable, a more resilient model of development, of living in not only in the Mediterranean basin, but I believe that in this aspect, the Mediterranean can regain its leading part, as it had in the past, of reteaching other societies, other civilizations in living and in relating with its environment. I'm sorry for the fast pace again, but I like to keep my time on schedule. So Teshakur Edrim, to all of you, thank you for your attention. And now I hope that we can have a prolonged discussion in the question and answers session. And also, this is only a teaser for the contents which I have shared with you in my paper, which you can find in the proceedings. So thank you all once again, and this was all I had to share with you. Thank you very much.